Hello students, I'm going to be showing you today how to create your Works Cited page. So at this point you should have your document all formatted. Make sure to get rid of any of this extra stuff. I'm pretending that Mr. Rich is my partner because he is. You should have your first body paragraph written, and you should have at the bottom of your paper, pretend that didn't happen, the Works Cited page. This should be the last page of your essay, and you want to keep it in the middle like that. So you're going to use several quotes and lots of information from your research. How do you show your reader that you did your homework and you know where you got your information? Go ahead and go to Scrible.com and sign in, and it should show you your library. So this is every single source that you have saved in the course of your research. At this point, if you've completed your research organizer, you should know which sources you actually used in your paper. You're not going to give me every single source that you looked at this entire time. You're just going to give me the sources that you pulled real information from. So let's pretend that I'm going to use this and this and this and this. You're going to go ahead and click the checkbox next to each of the sources that you plan to use or have used in your paper. You don't have to have as many as me, I'm just doing it for example. Now here is the really cool part where this would have taken me hours when I was your age to do this all by hand, but thanks to the wonder of technology, all you have to do is press a button. Click this quotation button here, and voila, it generates for you a Works Cited page. So you're going to go ahead and copy this. It should have every single source that you are going to use in your paper. And you're going to go to your Works Cited page and you're going to paste it. Now this is not in the same font that we use for the rest of the essay, so make sure to norm the font. So this is Times New Roman, size 12, and make sure it's black. Okay, so magic. Notice it is in alphabetical order, except this, that's weird. It should be in alphabetical order, so we're going to move this around a little bit. Double check their work, make sure it's in alphabetical order. Okay, so this is your Works Cited page. A Works Cited page is not the same thing as a list of links. If you just drop links in your Works Cited page, you're going to lose credit for this area because it's not the same thing. Your reader should be able to look and see all of this information about the source, not just the link. The link is going to be there too, but they should be able to see the author, the name of the article, the source. So this is a really good example. So let's say I am writing my paper about animal testing. So here's my first body paragraph. Here's my first quote. So I have to think back to what source I used for that quote. I used this one. You're going to write something called a parenthetical citation or an in-text citation. That's where you put parentheses to show your reader where they can look in your sources page, in your Works Cited page, for where you got that information. So my quote right here came from the article by Rogers. So I'm going to erase the period, insert a parentheses. I'm going to take the first word or words in the citation. So in this case, I lucked out. I have the name of an author, her last name. That's all I need. And I'm going to put Rogers there. If I was using a traditional paper book, I would also need to put the page number. But since it's the internet, there are no physical pages, so we're just going to put Rogers. Now, let's say, for example, I don't have a last name, but I have an article title. So let's say I'm using this one. Obviously this has nothing to do with animal testing, but it's just an example. I don't want to put that entire title into the text of my essay because that's going to look just crazy. So I'm going to take the first 2 words and that's what I'm going to put in my in-text citation. So again, erase the period, go after the quotation mark, make my open parentheses, and what was it called again? Scientists say ambient noise. Okay, I'm going to take the first 2 words because that is enough to tell my reader where to go. I'm going to abbreviate quotation scientists say, and then I put my period. The period should always go after the parentheses. If you end up with something that is in italics, which I don't have here, you would also want to make sure that you use italics. Whatever appears in the first word or words of your Works Cited entry, that's what you put in your parenthetical citation.